and welcome back. I mean from the other video. So you're watching Africans in London TV, and I'm a man called Jay. So in the first video, you must have seen what went on within the presentation. The CEO of Ugandan Airlines, Jenifer Bamuturaki, with her team, they did a great job. They explained everything in great details. There were so many questions asked. Some people wanted to know how much luggage they will carry and what kind of special treatment they will be given, just because they are Ugandans. But I am sure the CEO and Adedayo Oluwayi, that is the chief commercial director, they did a great job to explain that they were running a business. So the idea of having special treatment, probably that is not their concern. But anyway, at the end of the presentation, I had a one-to-one interview with Jenifer Bamuturaki, the CEO of Uganda Airlines. Also, I had an interview with Adedayo Oluwayi, the Chief Commercial Director. And this is what they had to say.
My name is Jenifer Bamuturaki, and I'm the CEO of Uganda Airlines, which is the national airline of Uganda, the Pearl of Africa. Thank you.
So at last, we have got Uganda Airline coming to London.
Yes.
It has been talked about several times. In fact, we were once celebrating the Ugandan independence, and Her Excellency Nimisha Madwani actually announced that Uganda Airline will be coming to London, to Ireland, but also she mentioned the possible route to United States.
Yeah.
So this is exciting. However, I want to put it this way.
Yeah.
You have got a mountain to climb.
Yes.
Because everybody, every Ugandan is expecting, they want to own Ugandan Airline.
Yes.
They think it is theirs. Okay, rightly so. So what kind of strategy have you put into place to educate us, the public, that we are running a business as any other airline, regardless whether you're a Ugandan or you are Ethiopian? Like Ethiopian, when they run their airlines, it is strictly business.
Yeah.
So do you have that strategy?
Thank you so much for that question. Yes, we have that strategy. Uganda Airlines is run as a business, and everything we do is run professionally. Why? Because we are regulated internationally. The Civil Aviation Authority is regulated as well, and that regulates us. So we follow certain standards that we must adhere to. Now that's on the regulatory safety side. When it comes to the business commercial side, like I said, we run it as a business. How do we educate the people? Those who have flown with us can see that we run it professionally. There's a set time for everything. If there's a delay, there's a communication that is done in a certain way. How do we educate you? I think as you continue to fly with us, you will notice that the way the organization is run. The other way we are doing it is through our adverts, through our communications. Today we met the Ugandan leadership of the diaspora in England, and we took them through a presentation of who Uganda Airlines is, what we do, the story about us. And that is one of the ways we tend to inform people the way we run it, and that it's for a global community, not just a few.
So that's very good. See, I don't want to get into the technicalities of what you're going to do, but one thing that I really want to ask is this.
Yes.
When you are selling Uganda, you want to advertise Uganda.
Yes.
How
do we advertise it?
Exactly, because I really want to come to one point.
Yeah.
You see, I am a musician.
Yes.
And I create content and I create short films about Africa and Africans here. But what surprises me, when Ugandans are selling their own product, they don't include their culture.
Okay.
You see, the music, the dresses and stuff like that, it's never there. So you might even see a Ugandan aeroplane flying, but you hear Mozart
in the background.
Yes.
That you'll not hear on Uganda Airlines.
Good.
So we have two aircraft types. We have the Airbus that we'll be using to come to London, that we use on our international routes. And then we have the Sierra J that does the regional routing. On the Sierra J, we have Ugandan content. What do I mean? The music you hear is music from all the 4 regions. You hear the Luo, you hear the Munyoro singing, but we got this musician who played that music with his guitar and his band playing different instruments. So you will not hear the Mozart. You'll hear the Ugandan
Is that the
music.
route coming to London and
No.
States?
That's now our regional.
Yes.
Now, on our Airbus, we have content that is Ugandan. We have content that is Asian. We have different content. You said, how are we going to promote Uganda? It's the culture.
Right.
What is our culture? That is going to come out. It comes out in many ways. In our food, we mentioned we do organic food, but that food speaks of Uganda. We have katogo that we serve in economy. We serve in business class. We have the kabalagala. We have gonja. That is already our culture. We promote it in the food. Then we also have our Ugandan crew. Of course, we have other crew as well. But on some routes, we greet in the local language. We make announcements in the local language. For example, on our route to Dubai, because of the type of passengers we have, the guests we have, we make announcements, some of the announcements in Luganda to support their understanding of what we are saying. So we support our culture in words, in the language. We support our culture in the food. We support our culture in the people. Yeah. If you see our uniform, the scarf has the crane on it. Already that is talking of Uganda. The men, the tie, speaks of the chikoi, the one that the tie of the cabin crew. So we make sure that the Uganda bit comes out. Now, on board, we have an in-flight magazine, which you can pick up from our entertainment portal, the IFE. You will be able to see Uganda promoted in song or in music, like you would say, promoted in movies, promoted in the books as you turn, the audio, the stories about Uganda. It's all in there. So we make sure we put Uganda out there.
So fantastic. So what impression did you get from the gathering below? But you have to remember that we are over 60,000 Ugandans residing
in the UK.
That is like the official number.
Yes.
Now, when you want to tap into this market, what kind of strategy? I'm asking this because, we are segmented. You hear that I'm from Teso community, I'm from Bunyoro community. But
the oneness.
Yes. And so how are you going to use the media? Because we are here. One thing that I feel that any organization that comes from Uganda
Uganda.
coming to talk to the diaspora, they don't talk about the media. Whereas the media, we are here actually to do all we can, even if it is a very small thing. We can just put it up there on social media and stuff. Because now these days, many people, they are so much used to social media. You say something very small and they will amplify it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what is are you going to do this on a regular basis, or this is a one-off?
Okay. When we were starting our conversation,
Yeah.
we mentioned that in the markets where we are going to operate,
Yeah.
we meet all different people. The first group we meet are the diaspora Ugandan, because we want to hear from them on a lot of things, as you heard us discussing in there. When we came, our first point was our embassy. And through the High Commission, they were able to bring you on board as the press. This is not one-off. We plan to do a series of events, a series of activities with different, not just individuals, but different sections of people, depending on what it is that they do. The press, we are definitely going to do it. We're going to work with the High Commission. Now we've met you, we've met the gentleman as well. And that's the beginning of a relationship where we work with you and through you to push and promote Uganda Airlines in this market. Now, you talked about the people owning and saying this is our thing. How are we going to manage that? Like I said, we run a global entity where we are serving not just Ugandans, but many other nationalities. How do we do that? Through our advertising, through our promotions, through our connectivity. We use Entebbe as the hub. The CRJs feed and defeed the Airbus. From the other routings that we do, we are bringing people. So that is already not just Ugandans, but that's different cultures, different people. That is why even what we serve, what we speak is global, but we make sure we promote Uganda in this globalness.
But you are talking about Entebbe. You haven't spoken about Kabalega International Airport.
Yes, once Kabalega is ready, I'll tell you it's not just Kabalega. As an organization, in our 10-year strategic plan, we must have a domestic entity. That means we're able to do domestic operations in Uganda. And that means we don't just go to Kabalega only, but we go to other airports or aerodromes that will be ready for the kind of equipment that we will have. So you talked of Kabalega. We had a plan in our 10-year strategy. What would it take to fly straight from England to Kabalega? And you're taking tourists. That's a conversation that we've had with some of the members in the Tour Operators Association, Travel Agents Association. We've had a discussion. They are positive about it. Once the airport is ready, then the rest start to fall in place.
So I know my interview. Sorry, it has gone
beyond
what I expected.
I'm doing a day.
See, now here, I just want to fight the media corner.
Yes.
Is there any possibility of the Ugandan media diasporans to come on board? Because we can come to Uganda.
Yes.
We can come and see what you guys are doing.
Absolutely.
And so then we bring back the
the content. Absolutely.
Okay.
You see, we have a series of activities, like I mentioned. Right. One of these activities is working with media. And the working we want to do with media is to have things like farm trips, where on our inaugural flight, we have media on this flight. Media is coming on board, talking, you're doing your thing. Yes, sir, we have activities lined up. Our commercial director, Adedayo, has a lot planned. That's
Well, I'm going to speak to your
Ade.
commercial director for 5 minutes only. This
Great.
will be 5. Yes, Ade.
Yes, sir.
I know your name because it has been mentioned a lot of times. Welcome to Uganda, first of all. Let me say that.
Thank
And
you.
how did you get this gig?
Do you know God? You know God? God brought me here.
Yeah?
Yes, please.
Okay. And how do you find Uganda?
Fantastic place. I believe Uganda is a wellspring that is yet to be developed, that is yet to be discovered by the world. I was shocked at the people, the place, and the weather, the hospitality. There's just too much to talk about in Uganda that is, we are yet to push there to the world.
Yeah. You see, Ugandans, we do not really shout from the rooftop
Yeah.
because we know we have got everything. I hear people talk about so many countries in Africa, but I always tell them there is no country like Uganda. Okay, now,
I agree with you.
now about you working with Uganda Airline.
Yes.
Where is your origin in terms of aviation? Did you work with any other organizations before coming to Ugandan Airline, or what really I'm trying to say? What is your experience?
All right. Thank you very much, JJ. I started my career with Virgin Nigeria, back in Nigeria. I grew through the ranks. I left Virgin Nigeria as commercial planning manager. From Virgin Nigeria, I went into business aviation for a bit. I headed business intelligence and strategy for a fixed-based operator in Nigeria. A fixed-based operator is a place where we have private jets and we do business aviation, we do private charters, we do aircraft maintenance. We also had an in-flight catering company as well. From there, I went to Ghana, where I was recruited as a network planning manager for Africa World Airlines. From there, I grew to become the head of commercial at Africa World Airlines. I worked in Ghana for 5.5 years, and my next port of call was Uganda. Yes, please.
Well, that's your CV there. Yeah. Now you see what I find. The complaint that people are getting more. It's about customer service. What kind of training regime have you put into place so that the customer service is actually up to speed? One thing that I'm not complaining because I know when I come to Entebbe, I have got my visas, everything is done. You are not a border agency authority, but do you think you could actually highlight this? You are running an airline now, and you're getting international people. Even us now, we might be Ugandans, but the way we are used to be treated or received anywhere else, we want to see that duplicated in Uganda. Well, what is your training regime there?
Thank you. Customer service is key because the customer is king. So definitely we place a lot of emphasis on customer service. The biggest challenge we have in Africa is that customer service is not native to us. You really need to drum it into the culture of people for them to understand the importance of customer service. So as an airline, one of the things we do is we constantly put a reminder to the people to let them know that the customer is king. So for example, we call our customers guests at Uganda Airlines because we want them to have a sense of obligation when a guest walks in. So we have different regiments for training that we do for the staff on a yearly basis. We do refresher courses for every frontline staff, which goes from check-in counter up onto the in-flight entertainment. Every point of contact for the airline, from customer service on the phone to when you come in to buy your ticket, to when you walk to the airport to check in, even the security person that is there to even ask you security questions. We ensure that they put the customer first because they need to have an understanding that without those guests, we will not be in operation. So that's the culture that we are trying to create at Uganda Airlines.
So you are a commercial director.
Yes.
We're going to finish in 2 minutes. As a commercial director, what kind of creative ideas can you employ to actually drive Ugandan Airlines so that people can actually see that this is Uganda here we are talking about?
Yeah.
So are you going to use local media personalities also to create content for you, or you're going to source out content creators from elsewhere?
Okay, thank you. So, well, my title is Chief Commercial Officer. As the Chief Commercial Officer for the airline, one of my mandates is to promote Uganda, because that's one of the primary mandates of the airline, promoting Uganda everywhere that we go. So, apart from my core function of ensuring that we have a network to have routes that we fly, creating a hub at Entebbe International Airport. As part of promoting that culture of Uganda and promoting Uganda as a destination, what we try to do is to work with other agencies in this within the country as we go into these new destinations. So as my CEO Jenny had mentioned when she was answering your questions of the things that we do on board, what we also do is that when we're starting new routes, like we're here in London today, we are bringing on board Uganda Tourism Board. We are bringing on board Uganda Investment Agency. We are bringing on board the private funds, the PFSU, private fund sector, PFSU. We are bringing on board what's this other one? Pasaid. Trying to see the things that you can push, which are from Uganda, that you can push into those various destinations. And in doing this, definitely we have to engage different people from different walks of life. Sometimes it's from the creatives, sometimes it's from the business world, just trying to see how we can push Uganda and looking at the benefits that Uganda can benefit and derive from that new route that we are trying to push. So this is the kind of framework that we use ensuring that the mandate of promoting Uganda as a destination and as a country is at the forefront of our strategy.
So what is the time scale for you to start flying London route?
So as we speak today, we would love to start London as soon as possible. But we think the earliest possible will be about November this year, November 2024. That's the earliest possible timing. Yes.
So we hope to see Uganda Airline flying from Entebbe to London. And also, I hope to see you on the plane. Let us meet on the plane. Let us fly Uganda Airline. Now we are kind of liberated. You know, we can also now hold our heads high and say, yeah, man, we also have got our own airline here. Let us feel proud. You know, Uganda, it has got a very special kind of, they do things their own way. That's what I might say. So until then, I will meet you on the plane.